All right, good morning. Um, so let's get on into it. The title of this was When Are We Going to Get Our Priorities Right or something like that. I think that's what I named this. I don't know if it will remain the same title, but uh, I think you know what it is. I see people, all kinds of people, look like me, don't look like me, and I've come to the conclusion that so many people are trying so hard to compete with other people. And I feel like, for example, I'm going to talk about finances. The amount of things that people invest in just to give the appearance of something else. And I feel like I've just gotten to the point where I'm mentally exhausted. Like, I don't want to compete with people. It's not because I don't have that spirit of competition, but I don't want to have to prove anything to anybody. I look at like how, like, if we both make $100, you're not impressing me with all the things that you're trying to purchase. I have the same purchasing power. If anything, I may have more because I try to save and invest, right? And I think the thing that is driving me crazy is I look at people, especially those who look like me, we have this consumption mentality. We don't have a mentality where maybe we'll save and invest and have some consumption, right? Because you still want to enjoy, like, some of the spoils of your riches, right? You want to be able to do that. Like, every time you get an increase or you come across something, you can take a little bit to, like, increase your standard of living, but ultimately you want to save for a rainy day, maybe save for a legacy, whatever. And so I find it interesting when I see people, they have all this stuff, or they do all these things, but they won't really prepare for their retirement, or they won't invest in their kids, meaning maybe try to secure an inheritance or whatever, unless maybe you're like independently wealthy. I'm not talking about the really rich people. I'm talking about the regular people. They go out of their way to spend money on things that don't even matter. And the funny thing is, I have found that, like, I do like spending money on certain things, but like as I've gotten older, no one even knows it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't engage in any of it. It's so funny how I was thinking about how, and look, let me just say for the record, this doesn't make me better. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just better than you. But, I was thinking about how I've run across people who want to show you all their jewelry, and I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I just like my simple earrings. I do have nicer jewelry, but I never really wear it. And I think about how, like, there are people who like to name drop on every article of clothing that they're wearing, and I'm like, I got this is just a shirt from one of the schools that I graduated from. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I think the point I'm making, especially with people who look like me, we don't have our priorities right. We want to look good, we want to feel good, but we don't want to prepare for a future. There's so many people who look like me who don't have a will or trust. And so people are like, oh, you have a trust? I'm like, we absolutely have a trust. We don't prepare for any of those things. And I don't want to like speak to the law or anything like that. So you may want to speak with fine. Go talk to somebody about the difference between a will and a trust. But I'm just kind of like, we don't want to put away anything. We're so obsessed with appearing to be something else and to look like something else. So, like, it's literally starting to rain. I don't even know if I want to record a video while it's raining because can you hear that? Can you hear the tapping against my windshield? Anyway, the point I'm making is okay, it's lightening up. The point I'm making is we have a very huge consumption problem. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect at all. there was a period of time I was like, I must collect garbage pail kids. I don't know what was getting into me. Then I was like, I must collect coins. Didn't even know what I was doing. I stopped doing all that. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm spending money for no reason. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. This wasn't meant to be a long video. I just wanted to highlight that, like, our priorities are so messed up. We are constantly fed these images from Hollywood on what we should be doing, what we should be wearing, how we should be acting. We get on social media, we see all of these people wearing certain things, doing certain things, accumulating certain things, and I'm like, that's not real life. And those things aren't going to make you happy in the long run, because you're going to start accumulating all of this stuff, and then what? So, like, dude, like, you don't have to get over. Thank you. I was coming off of a ramp. So I was just kind of like, they do these things. I'm like, so now you acquire all of the material goods. Then what? What's next? What's next? So anyway, that's all I've got.